who used to love reading, I came across a phase where I did not want to pick up books, or I did not have the motivation to do so. But due to those 3 meetings, I started reading again. So if you are also stuck in that phase, or if you want to start reading, I know you've been somewhere along that line, I would encourage you to join the meetings regularly and see the change yourself. Alright, so with that, I hope to see all of you on 26th. The meeting will be in the morning from 10:30 to 12 o'clock. And I would after that, now I would ask our guests to give us a brief introduction about themselves. We have 3 lovely guests today with us in the club, and all you have to do is just come on the stage in just a minute, give a brief introduction about yourself, tell us about yourself, and how did you find out about our club and Toastmasters in general. That's it. So yes, we will start from you. Please come on the stage.
वाटर कंटेनर्स ब्लॉक कर रहे हैं मैम बड़ी कातिल
So hello everyone, I am Akash and I am currently working as a resident in the Department of Economics, AIIMS New Delhi. I heard about Toastmasters through social media, and last week I was also here. So from today onwards I am thinking to join this club. I am looking forward for our next experience.
Yes, please.
Hi everybody, I'm Yash and I'm currently studying for UPSC. I'm preparing for UPSC and I've heard about Toastmasters as my far relative is a member of Toastmasters in Nepal. So they suggested me to go visit, see how Toastmasters work, and it is a great platform for you to evolve.
One thing that I forgot to mention, that whenever anybody enters or exits the stage, you're supposed to shake the hand of the other person. Okay. Thank you. And yes.
Thank you so much. Hello everyone, I am Sashwat Jain and I am a semiconductor engineer working in HCL. Along with that, I help people in choosing the right policy, which means I do this in insurance business as well, and I'm helping the people for the last 7 years. And Toastmasters is a place where you can share your story, where you can inspire people, and from others you can inspire as well. So this is a very good place for me. I'm always keep enjoying this, coming to this place. Thank you so much.
Alright, so now we can begin with the theme of the meeting, which is things that make me smile. So today I had my scribble day at college, and honestly I was so sure that I was gonna cry, happy tears. But honestly, the entire environment was so lively, and everybody was so happy and so excited, and they were writing on each other, scribbling on each other. That honestly made my heart very warm, and it was a very, very wholesome day. So like I was smiling throughout the day today, and I think I will be smiling for the entire week because that's how excited I was. So that is the things that made me smile today. And I want to learn more about the theme, and I'm sure you all want to do so.
It's 9:30 a.m. Your alarm has been ringing 4th time and you have switched it off. It's not like any other morning where you used to get up at 6 a.m. and you are rushing to your college, office, and then by that time you would have started your work. But today is Sunday. and you are in very chill mood. Somehow at 10 a.m. you just get out of your bed, your coffee is waiting for you. Just hot coffee mug in your hand and your favorite song is playing. Spotify knows you. So just one song you set the tone and just it follows. Spotify shuffle. I can charge from Spotify if they ask. If we analyze this whole incident, just like getting up late in the morning, having a coffee, enjoying a song, sounds very, very normal. But don't you think that these things bring so much smile on our face? These things give energy for the whole week, so that we can work like anything for the next 5 to 6 days. In our life, we set big targets. Let's say I will become happy when I will become graduate. I will achieve this thing. I will become a tabletop champion. When I will win the district level championship, or when will I get a best speaker award. We set so many boundaries, and these kind of big achievement, big things takes time. That's where we defer our happiness. We just need to minute about the details, the things that are happening. Let's say you are shopping in D-Mart and you watch one small kid just around 1-2 years of age, and he started smiling, singing. You smile back, he smiles, and after some time you start interacting. Don't you think that this is a moment that we rarely cherish? We think that this is a part of life, and we do not count these things that these are our blessings, that these things are coming into our life. So before I move further, I would like to things that actually make you smile. Anything happened today, yesterday, a week before, anything anyone would like to add up? Because we remember only big things. I did this thing in 2024. In 2025 mid, I was at that place. In last 3 months ago, I was in Shimla, where I was enjoying, where I posted my clicks. But Shimla happened 3 months ago. In between 90 days are there. You are living. When you are living, just enjoy every moment. There are many moments, not a small moment. There are many moments. We just need to, and yes, please.
Even waking up every single day.
Yes, this is an achievement. That means we are alive. We are alive, and today, if I take an example of today, I was having a very rough day. It's very tiring day. I was in no mood to coming to Toastmaster. I just pick up my phone. I was about to say that take someone else's team only. I may not bring that much energy that is required. That is that CDTM deserves, because we need energy at this place. And if you are not feeling well, how can you transfer the energy? But then I analyze that this is the place from where I get energy, not only transfer. I get energy from this place. This is actually a stress buster. Someone said that I looked at the calendar, it was Tuesday, terrific Tuesday. Only this is the thing. We all cherish, we all love our Saturdays, our Sundays. No one loves Mondays, but we do love our Tuesdays, because Toastmasters happen. So anyone would like to add something else? Yes, please.
So yesterday, me and my friends had a chance to visit an event. It was a Korean Indian startup venture event, and even though the way it was advertised to us by our college, it was not the way it was. But we had a great time together, because it was a long time after we had met each other, after the college was over. So that was a great day for me.
Yeah, thank you so much. And one thing is common in all these small incidents that happen in our life, as these things do not require anything monetary. These things just happen. They are not asking you to give something, because for everything we need to invest something. We need to invest our time, our energy, our resources. But these things just happen. Maybe some text from your old friend, whom you haven't heard anything from last 5 years, and he simply said hi. That hi is really precious, really precious. Maybe there is no chat memory, but there is memory inside. and you recollect all these other days when you were at your college, when you were together, when time was just passing and passing. So just coming back to our meeting, because guests must be thinking that it's a monologue kind of thing, because no, it's not a monologue, it's a dialogue. We do have role players, and our role players' names are mentioned first on top of it. Central Day Toastmasters Club, it's a big name which is running for last around 13 years. In May or June 2013 it was formed, and from that day it is running and making so many great speakers, communicators who are working not only in India but overseas also. They are doing very good. One of the big name I remember is Deepak Sharma, and he won maybe US level district championship of public speaker. He is a coach, and he was one of the founding members of the club. Even I was not there that time, but he is a too good speaker. Just search on YouTube or Facebook.
Deepak
Sharma.
Deepak Menon.
Actually, Deepak Menon is a prominent name, but Deepak Sharma is also there.
Oh.
Deepak Sharma is also a very prominent coach. Now he is settled in US,
Okay.
but he is also very good communicator. And just coming out to what is the structure of the meeting. First name is mentioned, role players, TMOD, TTM and GE. TMOD, that is me. I am going to bore you in the first segment. For second segment, to just suck your breath, we have a Toastmaster Naman, because that person is going to call you if you do not raise your hand for impromptu speaking, for impromptu topics. Yes, he is right there. Yes, as soon as he heard his name, he appears. And next person name is generally evaluated, that is Toastmaster Ruchi, sitting on my right, and she is observing everything. She is keenly observing everything. But what is she observing? How is she observing? And what is she going to report? Only she knows. That's why I am going to call her, so that she can introduce the auxiliary role players, the very important part of the entire Toastmaster setup, not only CTM, entire Toastmaster setup. She is getting ready. Please welcome Toastmaster Ruchi.
Hi everyone, I'm the general evaluator of the day today. It's kind of a serious responsibility, so yeah, I have to evaluate. And I reached on time, guys. I did.
Yes, she did. I can vouch for it.
Yeah, I have proofs. But you guys started at 6:40, so
That's still on a good time.
that's still on good time. Okay. So let's see how the meeting goes on. So yeah, I really love the theme today, the things that make me smile. So yes, it is always the small things in life that make you smile, the beautiful things. It's never the big things. Hardly they sometimes give you a satisfaction, and yes, they do. Even the big things give you happiness, but generally when you just have to smile, that's the small things in life that make life beautiful. So yeah, so let's begin by calling all the auxiliary role players. Giving a speech or replying on a table topic with a good presence of mind and delivering whatever your thoughts in a crisp time is crucial to public speaking, so that people don't get bored also, and they stay hooked to whatever thoughts, and they have time to assimilate whatever you are saying. So a timer's role is very crucial in our meeting today. So today we have our new joining Toastmaster Rachit as the timer of the day, who is ready with his placards, red, yellow and green. I'm sure he knows the drill, and please welcome Toastmaster Rachit.
Thank you for the introduction, Toastmaster Ruchi. So I have the role of a timer today, which is the devil's role according to me, because I'm the only one who can disqualify people. So I am what stands between your certificate and you, maybe. So okay, why do we have to time our speeches? That's the main thing. See, when we are talking, we have to make our speech effective. If we make it less of a time, then we miss out on important points. If we make it too long, then we miss out on audience's attention. And that is a real problem considering the declining attention span today, right? So whatever you have to do, you have to try and wrap it up in the limited time you have been given. So we do not have any icebreakers today. I'll be raising 3 cards, green, yellow and red. And for the speech segment, I'll raise a green card at 4 minutes, yellow card at 5 minutes and the red card at 6 minutes. And then I'll raise, for table topics, I'll raise the green card at 1 minute, yellow card at 1.5 minutes, and the red card at 2 minutes. And for the evaluator segment, it's green at 2, yellow at 2.5 minutes, and red at 3 minutes. We do have a buffer time of 30 seconds before and after the time, but for table topics, the time of the buffer of 30 seconds is only on the upper side. So you have to give a minimum speech of at least a minute, right? And yeah, so just a little tip, whenever you see the green card, you know that you're approaching your red soon. Like, do not take it, okay, as I have time right now. Start to wrap up, start to get to your wrapping up. Like, you can start to like close your points now. When you see the yellow card is when you're like, okay, I really do not have time, I need to start wrapping this up. So that is when you should really start your closing points now. And when you see the red card, just try to wrap up as soon as you can, because now you have only 30 seconds left. I will show the cards until I have an eye contact with you, or 30 seconds, whichever comes earlier. 10 seconds, whichever comes earlier. And I'll have the red card raised up all throughout once you have exceeded your time limit, including the buffer time of 30 seconds. That's all. Back to the general assembly.
Alright guys, so that was a great detailed description about his role. So I hope all of you have understood the time limits of all the roles. So now it's time to call the our counter of the day, Toastmaster Rajbir, whose role will be to, oh my god, he's very scary. This is not scary of him. Yeah, so he's a very strict evaluator, by the way, guys, and he's going to evaluate all the time you've interrupted by speaking and all your R's and so's. And R's generally occur while you're speaking when you think faster than the speed with which you're speaking. So that is the time that I usually take to say so, or while I'm thinking and I want to say. So he is very strict and very observant in observing all the R's and O's. So watch out, all the speakers. Rohan, Sharshita and Tanya have to be very aware. They might be disqualified and you might not have any voting at the end. You never know. So yeah, so enough. I think I've spared you all enough. So let's welcome Toastmaster Rajbir on stage.
Thank you, TM Ruchi, for the nice introduction. So good evening, fellow Toastmasters, dear guests.
Good evening.
So I guess I am also the one who can disqualify.
Oh, nice.
So good evening, fellow Toastmasters. Today my role as the accounter is to count the number of repetitive words or filler words one may use in a speech. So I will be observing the repetitive words and taking note of those words in a respectful way. So one may can use the words such as like, you know, that, and I also noticed in previous meetings like TM60, sometimes you spell out the words. That was a fantastic speech.
Amazing.
Amazing speech,
not
lovely
fantastic.
speech.
Amazing. No, only amazing was the
Okay,
better
amazing
word.
speech. So no problem. By the time we'll go.
Alright, I will point it out.
Also, I have categorized my report into 4 zones: green, yellow, red, and disqualified. The number of filler words used by a guest or a member from 0 to 10, they will come under green zone. From 10 to 20, yellow zone, 20 to 30, red zone, and more than 30, disqualified.
Yay!
Who gave you the power of this quality? What do yourself?
So back to the.
So that was a scary shootout in Lokhandwala introduction by our counter. So now we have our third dangerous, oh I'm so sorry, role player, Toastmaster Madhav, who will be delivering his role as a grammarian. So grammarian, good usage of words and idioms adds spice to your speech, and they are beautiful. They are required to make your speech beautiful and sound more creative. So, and I think with Toastmasters, it's a US organization, so we all are our all mother tongue is Hindi, so we are not so fluent and we don't have that accent or usage of grammar. So his role actually helps us in improving our grammar skills in whatever words the speakers are using. So I would really appreciate his role, and I would like to call Toastmasters to the stage.
So, as DM Ruchi said, this is a US-based organization, and the mode of language here is English. Now, I'm sure all of you have seen those, HAIR, hair, bear, tear, how they say similar words have different spellings. English is not an easy language, right? It's the only reason we're speaking this is because at some point the British decided to go around conquering the world, right? It would have been so much more fun if we learned something like German and were like, I don't know how to say that, but German, or even perhaps better off our own language, Sanskrit or Hindi or something like that, which are more grounded, more structured languages, so they make it easy to speak. So English is a hard language, so all of us who are coming up, we should be proud of the way we're able to, deliver whatever we're trying to deliver. Importantly, moving on from that is that while all of us have some very great content and messages to give, the way when somebody is listening to you, how you present that also becomes very important. And a part of that is all the style and structure, the way we speak, and also the grammar that we use. Mistakenly using words or not using the words properly can lead whoever's in front of you to either not understand you or think that you are not sure about what you're trying to say. So we don't want any of that. The way I'll do my evaluation is that I'll make a note throughout your speeches about the good words and those that you use and the bad ones that you use. At the end, I'll point out some good usage of grammar and some corrections that we could make. Individually, if anybody wants to come and ask me about what particularly they did, because I'll be making a note, I can do that at the end. In terms of the word of the day, the word of the day is affable. This is friendly and easy to talk to. So anybody, customer service sort of, that's like, that's what they're supposed to be, right? Affable. You go and talk to them. Easy and very easy for you to reach out to them.
Any sentence you could claim with very affable, it would be easier to follow.
Yeah, sure. So, despite looking very scary, he was an affable person. It's a very basic that. But I would also encourage everybody to just try to use it. I think we've not seen a lot of thumbs up, very often. So even if you're not sure, you don't want to, at least force yourself to use it. Even if you get it wrong, it's at least better than not having tried. The idiom of the day is put a spring in my step, or put a spring in my step. So this is when you make someone energetic or happy, use the things that put a smile on your face. So as I've written under that, Delhi is the fresh air of Delhi, puts a spring in my step every day. So again, similarly, I'd encourage, even if you're not sure, you're a little afraid to use it, please do try. At least, even if you don't get it fully right or you're not confident about it, it's still better not than being afraid of these things. So yeah, that will be my role as grammarian for today. Back to English.
So role well explained. Yeah, definitely. I think India is the only country with so well fluent English speakers. Like I think countries like developed countries like Japan and China, even the natives there, I think they are good in their own native language of Japan and Chinese, and Japanese and Chinese, and they don't want to adapt or focus on English. We have been focused on English since our LKG, UKG, and I think maybe because of the British rule. So yeah, no matter, it's okay. We have Toastmasters Hindi Club also, but very few clubs. Right? So I don't know how the grammarian would be performing in that role. He's used the word Lopat Gamini or something. I don't know. Okay. So yeah. So I think I have put a spring in step of all the speakers today, and I would like to hand the stage back to the team board to welcome all the speakers.
Thank you so much, Dr. Ruchi, for explaining all the rules so beautifully. It's time to use the word of the day. I believe since we are part of the Toastmaster, and we are affable persons, because we are not only we have so much friendly, easy to talk. We are very good that we can talk about. And the next idiom of the day, put a spring in my step. So whenever we are coming to this place, we have a feeling that we are putting a spring in our steps. So that means I have done my part. I have used word of the day. So here comes a kickstart our first segment, that prepared speeches, because 3 speakers, Toastmaster Vansh, Toastmaster Harshita, and Toastmaster Tanya, who is still preparing. So let me just look at the level of preparation. People are so much prepared. And first speaker is right there. Yes, he is ready to launch, but I not let him come over here.
Launch.
Because he is our Gen Z representative.
After so long you use this word.
Yeah, actually I've stopped using this word.
Actually, he has stopped it using it, so I have stopped it.
Somebody has to carry on.
Yeah, so I thought that I'll be much mature now.
Oh my god.
Gen Z is also good.
Yeah.
So it's time to invite Toastmaster Anuj, who is going to evaluate Toastmaster Vansh.
Good evening, all of you. Today I am going to evaluate Toastmaster Vansh. And what I love about him is that whenever he comes on the stage, he will come with full of energy. And today I am looking forward that he is going to fill the room with same energy. And the title of his speech is I Will Be Winning. And his project is 4 and level 1.
No.
No.
Level 4.
Level 4.
Level 4.
Those are
So I wish him all the best for the speech. Over to you.
I'm going to use my sentence. Word of the day for Vansh. Vansh is a very affable person.
Well, it's not a right.
I wanted to speak at the end, but
I just wanted to do my part.
And just one point that Toastmaster Anuj is going to evaluate not Toastmaster Vansh, Toastmaster Vansh's speech.
Good one, sir. Good one.
So it's time to welcome Toastmaster Vansh. Toastmaster Vansh, I am winning.
Well, our law says that it's a precise endeavor. Anuj, you should also be, precise about what you're evaluating. As Toastmaster Ankit said.
yes.
Let's come to the speech. The title of my speech is I'll Be Winning. Recently, I read a research which says that multi-millionaire people are facing a lot of issues and a lot of fear. And what is that fear? Can anybody point it out?
Failing of AI.
This is the biggest fear these days.
But they can invest in them, na? What is the major fear which they are facing? Like right now, even after earning multi-millionaire people,
Competition.
they are fearing
Losing
that they
that-
can lose their money in a night.
Yeah.
And this is their biggest fear. Not a fear of the middle class or not of people from the lower backward society. It is just a thought which has been incurring in them from a very long time. And now it has been so possessed that it has become a headline. So with this newspaper headline, I went to my father and told him that this is going on in the market. And what he says was even more shocking to me. And he said, I also feel this.
Oh, you're multiple.
I'm not a multi-millionaire though, but he says that I also feel the same. How do you can say that? Who has done this thing? I have not. You have worked hard for like past 30 years. I haven't. Who has made this factory? I haven't. So how can you say this? So when I was talking to him, I went into more research about it. I felt that why this feeling has been incurring after 50, 40 years. Why is that? Like, if you talk about Gen Z, they are like super gallant. Oh god, I just forget that word, but it's a big word. I know that. But they are feeling top of the joy. They are feeling that they are winning every single day. Even if they are not completing their assignments, or not doing their projects on time, or not presenting, self out of their boss. But what are they doing? They just write the message to their boss like they are not coming today. Gen Z message. But why is this feeling incurring in them after earning a lot of money?
if money is a benchmark for all of us, then why they are not feeling that they are winning? Then I go back to the chain that where it starts from. The chain starts from a very small childhood level when the people have no money, they came from the scarcity background. And when they came from the scarcity background, their minimum liable thing was to just provide a food on the table. And when they were thinking of like that thing, they thought that when they were in 5th grade, they were thinking to just a gold star medal. That's it. As they progress in 10th class, they thought to get 90% so that they get the perfect stream. As soon as they entrance into the 12th, they thought of to get into the better college, and after that to get a better job, and after that get a better wife, for sure. But the feeling has never been changed, because the feeling has been passed on by the generations. And even after earning multi-millionaire, after earning crores and crores of rupees, they are still feeling the same. Then I pointed out something, that why there is only some people are facing this issue, why some are being so good, so lethargic with their money, and they're spending it, they're earning it, and they're not feeling this the same. Then I have pointed out there are two types of people who have earned it, but still there are two types of mindset of the people. One, which comes from insecurity, and second, come from not getting settled. There is a two major difference in this both of these ideologies. When we talk about not getting settled, it is about to getting a growth. It is a growth mindset. It is a mindset where you are seeking that I need to grow from here. Just imagine we come every week over here, we give our speeches, we perform our roles. If we come with a growth mindset, if we come that I do not need to settle when I come on the stage, what you will be feeling? You will be pointing out your flaws, but you will be working on it. And since you will be working on it, you will not be thinking that how will I look even if I shatter down on the stage. You will come next week and you will perform. Similarly, when the people who run any kind of thing in their lives, when they feel that they are not settled, they come up with a thinking that if it doesn't happen by this chance or by this time, they will come back stronger. They will come back even more strong. And that's how people have built their empires. Not in just about the money character, but about the character what they have built for themselves. Similarly, when we talk about the insecurity people, even after earning crores and crores of rupees, they are still thinking that their money can be vanished by anyone. Even by their small employee who does not even know about anything. And when this feeling occurs, it felt like they have lost their life, they have lost everything. There is no meaning of living a life. Then I come up with this title, I'll be winning. Because when I was discussing with my father, I told him that whatever am I doing into my life, I'm sure that I'll be winning. Even if there is a lot of hassle, a lot of calls, a lot of problems, but the problems are not going to stop us. Problems will remain. If we come with this mindset of insecurity, if we come up with a mindset of comparison all the time, we are going to be demeaning ourselves. We should compare ourselves from where we come from. And similarly, I asked him the same question. Papa, where did you come from? He told me that he came from a family where we had nothing. A room with 7 people in a same room, nothing on the table. He started working at 17 and he has built something after. And when I said this to him and when I made him realize this thing, he felt that okay, I have not been losing into my life. And since when you get this feeling, you jumped up away, you climb out the mountains, and then you feel that I'll be winning every single day. Thank you so much. That's it.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Vansh, for such a beautiful speech. I agree with him that yes, growth is necessary, but growth means growth that, rather you can say, the time that we invest in growing our capabilities, not by growing only money. Because if we invest in ourselves, let's say money can vanish in a day, in a month, in a year time, but if you are investing in yourself, my dear friend, you will always be worth it. no matter whether AI will come in any days, or if AI does not come, anything else will come. If you are always worried about what will happen if something is taken by someone, always try to improve your worth. So that is the main thing, and we need to differentiate one thing, though this is not part of the theme, that what is necessary and what is necessary. We are assuming that everything is necessary. How much is necessary? Whether is it actually necessary or necessary? Just everything, this definition would be different for any other person. Someone would believe that I need this quality of car at least of 20 lakh, 30 lakh, or someone is happy in just 5 lakh, or someone is happy in just bike, or someone is very much happy in traveling by metro or walking by foot. It's just our perspective. We need to analyze. So with this, it's time to invite our speaker number 2, because it's a prepared speech segment and not a Gyan segment. So please welcome Toastmaster Harshita. But before that, it's time to invite our evaluated Toastmaster Ranveer, who is not playing the timer or grammarly for the day.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. Today I will be playing the role of Rod Cremier, the evaluator, and my respective speaker is Toastmaster Harshita, who would be presenting Level 1 Project 3 from Dynamic Leadership, and the project title is Introduction to Vocal Writing and Body Language. So I will be strictly noticing and evaluating her on the basis of these pointers, and the speech title is My Biggest Fear. So we listen to Vansh's biggest fear, and now it's time to listen to Harshita's biggest fear. Over to you.
Good thing is that all the speeches have been designed to impart some knowledge. Some speaker was saying that I am winning, rather I will be winning. Someone is sharing that my biggest fear. So good thing is that they are sharing their personal stories so that we all can get educated, so that we all do not commit same mistake, or we all follow our required or other desired path. So it's time to welcome Toastmaster Harshita. Toastmaster Harshita, my biggest fear.
Good evening, everyone. So the title of my speech might force you all to think that this probably will be a speech about my fear. It's not explicitly about that. So is there anyone who has heard of Substack? It's an application where people post articles instead of pictures, and other people can like, comment, share and restack their articles in some form or the other. So it's a place where I have joined just a few weeks back, and I came across a very interesting article. So there's a person called Derek Price. He's not the author of this particular article. He is a scientist, and he has developed this theory in economics called the Price Law. And the Price Law states that if 100 people are employees in a company, root n, basically n being the population, only root n of the people contribute to 80% of the outcome. This is a law that can be seen not just in companies, even in the nature. 80% of the luminosity in the sky, basically the light that we see at night, is produced by just root n. So if there are 10,000 stars, only 100 stars produce 80% of the output. This can be extended in a way that everything that we do, 100% of what we do, has no meaning. We are all the time trying to raise ourselves. For example, I personally am doing 3 internships. I'm doing 2 life projects. I'm managing my SecVac presentations, which are such a big hassle. And what am I doing all this for? Maybe CV pointers, maybe to understand what I truly enjoy, or maybe just to prove to others that I am capable of doing this. But the point is that we do so much in the hope of being better, but only root n, that is 10% of our outcomes, determine 90% of our actions. So Ankit sir recently mentioned about Spotify. So around I think September, if I'm not wrong, Spotify releases this Spotify Wrapped. It is basically an articulation of the good songs, the times, and the artists that you've listened to. It tells us that in the whole world, who are the top 10 artists that have been listened to? Any guesses? Top 3?
Ed Sheeran?
Yes. Taylor Swift. Third one. Drake. Yeah, I think it could be. That's very unimportant by No, she's not in the top 3. The point is, there are over 11 million artists on Spotify. I'm sure even India has at least 1 or 2 lakh artists across Spotify. And yet only 11 million, only 11,000 of those 11 million are dominating 80% of the artists and songs that are repeated. The price law is not just a law, it's a theory that basically tells us that everything that we think is important might not just be it. So the title of my speech is My Biggest Fear. So let's just boil down, why did I choose that? Let's picture a life where we are doing everything that we're supposed to do. We go to school, we get good grades, we get into a good college, we get high grades over there, we get a good job. We are working in that job for about 30 years, we get married, we have kids, we send our kids to school. They are married. Okay.
Fast forward.
Now,
We are married.
what are we supposed to do? We are retired. Our children are on their own. And we did nothing of ourselves. We created nothing. That, ladies and gentlemen, is my biggest fear. To be working in a company, or for anyone for that matter, who will post my job listing the minute I die. I will be replaceable to everyone and anyone, be it my friends, be it my family, or be it my employer. That is something that drives me to work at 3 internships, do so many projects and extracurriculars. And that is not coming from a place of insecurity that I might not be able to cope up with all this, or I don't know what I really enjoy. It's because exploring yourself at this age genuinely gives you so much of energy. It's like putting a spring in our steps.
Whoa.
And I've met a lot of people at this age who do not prioritize their sleep. By the way, there's a scientist, again from Substack, who says that if there is one thing that gives the most return on investment, it is sleep. And unfortunately, that is the single most important thing that each one of us has at some age put at the back seat of our lives. If, for example, I go to the gym 6 days a week, and if I do not give myself rest at that one day, there is no point of me going to the gym because my body is not going to recover. And it is a fact, and it has been verified, that all the muscle gains that have been seen happen during the recovery phase and not when we're lifting dumbbells or doing cardio. And this works not just for gym but also for life. Like the theme and the mood that we are all in today, sometimes we burn ourselves out working for something that we think is important. And we might not know if it will give us true happiness, and yet we just strive hard and work relentlessly towards a destination we don't even know. And yet we do that because that is what we are told to do. That is not what we want to do. And that is what my biggest fear is. Not knowing what I was meant for, not doing what I was destined to do due to the fear of not being good enough. Maybe I would lose all my money, like what I said. Maybe I won't be good enough at doing what I want. But I won't have the regret when I'm sitting in my bed at 55 years of age, alone, or maybe with a husband, that I never tried. And I think that is the most important thing, to try. And a lot of things can happen just with a simple initiative. And I think the power of initiatives is that today I am standing here before you all and giving a speech. But around 6 months back, I was nowhere. I was not doing any of this. And yet I pushed myself through it. I'm so grateful. Thank you.
I have heard many people saying whenever I come on a stage, when they come on a stage, then they become blank. Thoughts do not come. But I believe that thoughts come, we learn from our surrounding or we learn from books. Because if we analyze Toastmaster Christy, Toastmaster Harshita, Toastmaster Gurpreet, all these are part of Toastmasters book club. They are avid readers. That's why.
Avid readers.
That's why they have so much content whenever they come on any stage. Though I'm not a good reader, but still.
So you should also join book club.
Yes, I will try to. Reading is a good habit, and it actually helps whenever you come on any stage, whenever you communicate with any person, because it gives you so much content that anytime, rather every time you have something to share. So it's time to invite our next speaker, because today's speeches are quite intellectual kind of, I believe. The third one, because the title says so. But before that, I would like to invite Toastmaster Srishti, who is the evaluator of Toastmaster Tanya.
Good evening, everyone. I'm back again, and today I have the honor of evaluating Toastmaster Tanya. Now, who is Toastmaster Tanya? She's a Toastmaster that we see once in a blue moon, but she is an amazing speaker. She is giving her third speech. Please don't count that as our counter, please. I genuinely meant that she's an amazing speaker. Anyways.
How scary is it?
Anyways, she's a lovely speaker. She's a fantastic speaker. She has given two speeches till now, and I think she has won all the certificates. So I'm pretty sure that she might win today as well. I wish her all the best for that. Today, she is giving her level 1, project 3. Her pathway is persuasive influence, and the project title is Introduction to Vocal Variety and Body Language. Now, ladies and gentlemen, vocal variety and body language can make or break your speech. Content is fine, sure, it's very important. But to capture the attention and to keep the audience engaged, you need to have certain movements. You need to capture their attention, and how do you do that? Through intentional movements throughout the stage or through voice modulation, and that's exactly what this project title, project or speech would be focused on. I will be evaluating her on her voice modulation throughout the speech, her movements, both intentional and unintentional, and on top of it, I will be evaluating her speech structure, all the general parameters, which is maintaining an eye contact with the audience, engaging them, and clarity, comfort level, purposeful movement, comfort level, gestures, all of these parameters. So I wish her all the best, and the title of her speech is Excitingly Boring Day. I'm looking forward to hear what she has to bring on the stage, and yes, I would hand over the stage to Toastmaster.
It's very clear that she is super excited.
Actually, it's the effect of coming after so long.
So please welcome Toastmaster Tanya, Excitingly Boring Day.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
One such feeling which is very common in all of us when we start our day, going away or start any sort of adventure is the excitement towards it. Excitement of the unknown, waiting for surprises to unfold, feeling that the magic will happen on its own when we keep our efforts on hold. But really things have happened on their own unless someone has become very bold and increased their progresses by fourfold. This is the theme I will be delivering today. So, most of my memories, most of the exciting days of my memories are nothing but fond memories, to be very honest. They haven't added much to my kitting. And in fact, most of the memories were not even fond, they were more of experiences because thrill is not always exciting, let's be honest. We all understand that. However, here's to this one day when out of my sheer ecstasy of that day, I went to this badminton class and ended up signing up for it without even thinking much about it. The hooting of the crowd, the sound of the smashes, and the confidence of the players, it all got me so enraptured that I then gave it a second thought. But very soon, that enthusiasm left over. And I realized it is not always the eagerness of that particular thing which is going to take you very forward. In fact, it works in layers. The first layer is the layer of illusion, which someone might be getting when we see the speakers standing up and speaking. We might see how buttery it is, how easy it is to just come here and speak blah blah blah. The second layer is where the actual groundwork happens. It's what people don't see. It's what these notes are all about, which all of us speakers, which all of the players go through, which all the practice sessions are all about, where the illusion stripped through and the reality comes face to face. And that happened to me. And I actually observed this around me. I observed a lot of players over there in the badminton ground, and I will say one thing. Most of the players must have spent countless number of days practicing that one move. There must be hours and hours spent in mastering their craft before that play looks so seamless and so easy on the ground. Just like the speakers on the stage might appear so confident, but underneath, you cannot judge a book by its cover. Yeah. However, the sad part is this realization came to me when I became that player who was getting hit by most of the smashes. Most of the time on the crease was spent in just picking those failed shots and baffling over my incapabilities to pull that one move. But I can't quit. Not possible because I have paid all the dues. My earning is limited, so I can't compromise with it. I have to keep showing up every day, which I did. And very slowly, I did realize that I'm able to make a few changes. I'm able to probably make my posture correct. I'm able to pick a few little hits here and there. However, still largely far from perfection. But throughout my journey, through this point, I sat and I pondered and realized, okay, it might be my eagerness on that one particular day that made me sign up for it. But it is because of all the routine that I have built up so far. It is because of all those dull days stacked together that has helped me understand the nuances of the game. And which is a reality. And definitely, more such dull days and more such routines still needed for me to get ahead. But surprisingly, this is the thing that applies to all the domains. You talk about excitement, but excitement only keeps you hanging. It only spices up the things. It is actually the structure which gives meaning to it, which makes the outcome so certain. Signing up for this club is not going to make you a good speaker. It is only when you show up.
Exactly.
Very continuously you show up that you are going to become a good speaker. This is the structure of this meeting. This is how it happens. Yeah, coming back. So I understand this thing and I continued with it. And if you talk to any student, any people, any working or any student out there, they can, I would say they can vouch for this. Anyone who can matter for their graduation journey would abide by this fact that their journey was not about just glory days. It was about highs, lows, blows. But keeping it intact, make them earn that graduation certificate during their ceremony. Right or wrong? Is there anyone who will say, I just put little effort, I just showed up and I got everything done?
Yeah.
These are the disturbing elements of the meeting. Anyone genuinely, I don't think anyone would say that, right? People who have earned something substantial knows the drilling process of going through lots of failures, lots of setbacks, lots of self-doubts before actually finally able to achieve something more meaningful, right? I did the same. Sure, there are sparks, there are those adrenaline rushes which you do get to try multiple things. I myself a college girl, to try multiple internships or try multiple courses or donning multiple hats. But it is only those things which you pursue with the intent to continue, with the intent to persevere that actually ends up making the final difference in your life. But we are all humans. And we are not machines and we can't be run on a simple algorithm. We are largely drawn by our emotions. So while the momentum to add a structure to your routine is important, adding some sort of surprising element it keeps the journey interesting. Like for my journey, I in my badminton classes, I kept changing the partners. Playing partners. Oh my god. Okay, I kept changing my playing partners. I kept changing the practice sessions across, just like a segment of this Toastmasters. You know, we get very high by the speakers speaking and we abruptly sign up for it. But it is only the meeting agenda, it is only the routine of these meetings that gives a structure to it. And the surprising element is various table topic sessions and the various speakers and some elements in the meeting that keeps the meeting spiced up. So here's my take from this.
Focus is too much on the elements.
Yeah, so here's my take from the overall theme is you should keep a joyous spark alive while still continue to add the theme of certainty and the theme of consistency in your ad to add more meaning in your natural boring days. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Tanya, Toastmaster Vansh, and Toastmaster Hashita for back-to-back great speeches. It's time to choose who is the best, rather clash of titans. Clash of titans. So I'm going to choose whom I feel the best for the day. Guests can use the QR code.
We don't have the QR code today. I'll be forwarding it on the group. So any member who is sitting right next to a guest, please show them. Just give me a second.
Because every vote counts. 3 contenders are there, around 15-17 persons are there. So every vote, just imagine someone has get 5 votes, other one has get 6. So just a difference of 1 or 2 votes.
QR code.
I have forwarded it on the group. So you can show it to a member. No. A member sitting right next to a guest can show them. Okay.
Are we done? Or we are facing any difficulty? Though I'm not able to solve it, but still I am asking.
He wants to change.
It's shared on the group now. Srishti shared it.
Yeah.
I've shared it on the group, and then for the members, it's also in the group description.
So with this, we officially conclude our segment number 1 for conducting our next segment, wherein everyone, including the guests, can participate and show their oratory skills in just 1 to 2 minutes time on the unknown topic. Toastmaster Naman is going to conduct this next session. Please welcome.
Just a second. It's something nice. Can I? 2 minutes, 2 minutes. Got a text. It's interesting. Yeah, it's totally fine if I fail the exam. I mean, it's good. It's totally good, yeah. I flunked the exam. That's fine. Okay. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. These were some of the things which make me smile. A text from someone interesting. You know that. But flunking my exams, I smiled at. Like, yeah, I just failed it. But something inside me, that doesn't smile. I guess that goes for everyone. We fake our smiles for something we don't want to seem hurt for. And sometimes we smile so that the other person smiles back to us. Start a conversation, and it can be that way also. So today, I will be your Toastmaster of the day. The objective is simple.
Table topic master.
Okay. I will be your table topic master. So it's very simple. You're invited to the stage. Yeah, I'll be giving you a topic and you have to speak for 1 to 2 minutes. Let's start. Who would like to volunteer? Once?
Speaker.
Any Toastmaster who would like to volunteer, who don't have a
Meenakshi ma'am, you don't have any role.
Yes, who don't have a role.
And moreover, she is not the table topic master today.
Yeah, exactly. She will be the one who will be picking out everyone.
Okay. What is something that makes you smile and hurt at the same time?
At the same time?
Yes, Toastmaster Meenakshi, what is something that makes you smile and hurts at the same time?
The topic is very interesting. something right now. I think I think to prepare the food makes me smile, and at the same time, if if something goes wrong, and most of the time, this is a person, Rajbir, who always complain that something is missing in this dish. It's on higher side, it's on lower side, it's raw, it's uneven. Every time he disqualified me. Oh my God! We all are scared of Rajbir. Whenever I prepare the eggs, every time he says there is no butter in it. Sometimes he says it's very hard. You make it very tough. I want it buttery. When I make it buttery, he wants tough. But I don't know what to do. He is only the person. I'm realizing this right now. But first I'm realizing this. That he's playing this role very seriously at home also.
Yeah, okay.
What the topic, ma'am?
The topic.
What makes you smile and hurt at the same time?
Yeah, same time.
Okay.
Ranveer.
Rajbir,
Sorry, bro.
He makes me smile.
Mention the children.
Exactly.
That's nice. I guess for me, it was once it was once upon a time. I saw
Once upon a time.
I saw someone like coming, like I was in security, I saw someone coming like towards me. I had to fake a smile, but I know how much hurted I was when I saw that person. And that person represent for now. It was someone.
Got it. Got it.
Got it, Naman.
Yeah. Let's call a guest. Anyway.
Please.
Yes. What kind of compliment makes you smile for the whole day? Yes. What kind of compliment makes you smile for the whole day?
Okay, so there's this photo I have of my childhood where my parents thought it would be affable to dress me like with a red shirt and a green pant. And for them it was really amusing for them, and they thought me as a toy. They could dress me up like anything and they could just take me away, and it would make me feel bold at that time. But now when I look into that photo, it feels like
Christmas tree.
Some days they dress me like that. Some days they dress me like Christmas tree. Some days they dress me up like anything.
Or like Govinda.
Yeah, or like Govinda. And when somebody else's look at that photo and then compliments, that was a crazy outfit. That compliment makes me laugh the whole day. That compliment makes me, my parents had a great choice back then, but I still don't like it. Thanks.
Crazy.
Yes. Just okay. Just. Toastmasters is still. Have you ever reread a chart just to smile again? Whoa. Have you ever reread a chart just to smile again?
Yes, all slots are full.
What?
Every time on EC group.
Honestly, yes, I really do. I'm not going to mention which charts exactly, but I do go back to. But I do go back to my charts. Actually, there are multiple people that I reread my charts with, because, and those, I'll tell you what kind of charts I read. These are the charts that, maybe we're complimenting each other, or maybe they are telling me about myself or anything, or it's basically from my friends or people that I really love and admire, and they're telling me how great they think I am. So basically I read everything that they compliment me about. And whenever I'm feeling down, when I reread those chats, it's when I'm not feeling better about myself. I'm not feeling the best version of myself. I mean, as humans, we all have those days, right? Where we're not feeling the best version of ourselves. So rereading those chats, thinking about that there are so many people in your life who love and appreciate you just the way you are, really makes you feel better about yourself. Really are the things that make you smile. And I'm very, very grateful that I have so many people that help me do that. And yeah, that is it. So yes, I do reread my chats and I do not think that's cringy. I think that's really, really cute.
From now on, we only have to tell you good things about you.
Yes.
Okay, done.
Girls love compliments. I've mentioned
Everybody loves compliments. I don't think there is any person who's like, oh, don't give me compliments.
Any comments?
He is a person who gives everybody compliments. Yeah, you are.
Extroverted.
When I do that with the girls only.
Okay, we'll back to the next person. Shashwat. Okay, Shashwat. Have you ever fallen for someone's smile before knowing anything about them? Have you ever fallen for someone's smile before knowing anything about them?
Good one.
I think it happens
For sure.
Like if you are traveling in a public metro or in a public vehicle, public transport. So yes, when you see someone and someone smiles, before knowing that why this person is smiling, and that's when you think that, oh, that person is smiling, like for a boy, if a girl smiles, so yeah, why? I'm looking good. Yeah, today I've worn the new shirt. Most probably, maybe she's smiling at me just because I wear the new shirt. But all of a sudden, when a friend comes from the next station, then we probably think that, oh, that's why she's smiling.
Oh my God.
It happens. It happens. And I've still some time.
This means you qualify for a certificate.
I think that's it.
Sir. Lisa, Bhaiya. Okay. I guess I'm good. What is a smile someone gave you that you never forgot?
That is so romantic.
Shukar hai yeah.
I would give it to another person that you have forgotten. What kind of stuff? I have.
Can't recall such incident. So it can be a feeling for anyone.
I think whenever I try to help other people, smile they give me or the compliment they give me, I think that helps me and make me more comfortable how to accept things.
Take your time. You have time.
You have time.
Just like movie chal rahi, you have 2.5 seconds.
Can I change the question?
That's the time.
Anything that's coming into your
You
mind,
can
so
ask
that you can see the green card.
Do you remember the incident?
Have you heard someone which you might be,
Yes, green card is up.
Yes.
Let's call anyone else wants to say?
Sanya? Oh, he hasn't told.
But you have to roll now.
No.
Last part. We have someone who doesn't have any role.
Oh, no, it's not
Shivangi.
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 No, I don't want to do it.
Bye.
Go now, you.
It's happened once in a week.
Maybe next Tuesday.
Okay, next.
Next Tuesday, back to
अरे तो आज भी इसको आना है तो रुचि do you want to
He is evaluating
अच्छा तो
Okay. You want to go? Okay.
I don't know even compromise
He's scared of you. Oh my God.
I'm giving you a special control.
just say what Luke and then I'll say what
What's a sentence that was said by a person to you, or a girl, if I may specifically say, and you smiled or blushed so hard that you were just done in it.
Oh, Ansh. Oh.
the compliment basically you're talking about now specifically what
Any
I'm talking about
flirting line or any
should I let's talk about the meeting after this thing
Okay, everyone wants to hear now.
Yeah.
So, bye after the meeting.
Okay, what I've heard from a lot of female is like you are very smart, and the smartness comes from both the things that I have a good EQ and I have a good IQ as well. So whenever I talk to anyone, I haven't got any kind of thing that it is not that we have not been being affable with you and whenever we talk to you. So that is most the prominent thing which I want to hear from everyone, because as we are living in this world, people are the most important resources, network are one of the most important resources, and if, for the matter of the fact, if you get from any pretty girl or from any high value man, it shows that you are one of the most important groom in the people. Thank you so much, that's my time. I was seeing this green card.
Okay. Once you are very smart.
I know that.
You didn't blush that way. You used to blush that.
He's not smiling that way.
Yeah, let's call that another girl. Next.
Which girl? Specify.
Okay, Toastmaster Tanya?
What happened? Ruchi?
What's one message or notification that makes you instantly smile? Wow. It's simple.
Smile.
What's one message or notification that instantly makes you smile?
You have a match. It's a matter notification.
Yeah. So guys, please don't be happy. I'm not someone who is very open to sharing her personal feelings on stage. I can't do that. Okay, either I'll just get carried away or I won't be able to speak. Yeah. So so definitely some orders or notifications, like since I'm into online selling, so definitely some orders or whatever inquiries I get. I'm into IndiaMart and Ajio, and I'm like enrolled in many online portals. So definitely cash credit or any order makes me smile, and I think he's still not showing a green card. I don't know what he's
When did it happen?
Okay. Oh my god.
20 more seconds.
Since you talked only about the notification, also some client review that your design, oh my god, I had so many compliments when I wore this in a wedding or some party. That makes me smile. I feel that, okay, yeah, I've made use of money my father has invested in my education. So yeah, these are things that are currently making me smile. So yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, Toastmaster. Ruchi? Okay. I've got it, okay, it's on me. So, I hope that you were able to smile, and today I was the reason that one of the things that made you smile, everyone. I just want to say that don't fake your smile, because this world doesn't need fake smiles. This world needs hearts. This world needs hearts brave enough to break and smile again. I just want to say that, and let's back to Toastmaster.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Naman, for beautiful topics. It's time to choose the best table topic speaker who made you smile the most. I'm going to choose
refresh the link or get this. Anybody needs the voting link?
We have 7 contenders, so it's a tough call.
Brightness बढ़ा दीजिए.
In the 7th number, there is the Toastmaster Naman.
Oh, I accidentally wrote Naman. It's Ruchi.
Naman was already on the
Accordingly. Are we done?
वोट चोरी करके करने वाले. So politically.
So with this, we have a break of 10 minutes.
Thank you so much. वोट चोरी की बात होगी तो हमारी तो my YouTube channel.
It's a feedback time. And I am not going to give any feedback. I have already provided so much. So it's time to invite our general evaluator who has noted so many points, and she is going to share all these points. What are the areas where we need actual improvement based on today's performance. Please welcome her.
Sorry. Yeah. Hi everyone.
Hi.
Welcome to your YouTube channel. This posture doesn't suit to the general evaluator role. Yeah. Have to be serious. It's okay. Yeah. So let's call on stage the auxiliary role players.
कोई नहीं उनसे
Yes, so I'm the one who is going to evaluate the whole meeting, and we are going to first call the evaluators, the speech evaluators on stage, beginning with the best speech of the day. I think
Oh, you're not deciding that.
How do you know?
I'm the GE, by the way, so just you can give me that authority.
I'm the form maker. I know who.
Well, she's in the issue or not? No. So then I'm running.
Yes. Authentication is here. Authentication is here. Disqualification is there. I thought I'm very powerful today, but I'm not so powerful. I'm just someone who's going to give feedback and people are going to forget it the minute the meeting ends.
No, it's recording. It's recorded. No one will forget it.
Okay, yeah. So let's go on stage. Toastmaster Anuj on stage for evaluating the speech.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ruchi. Well, my today target speaker is Toastmaster Vansh, and he has given his Project 4 Level 1, and the title of his speech was
Level 4 Project 1. Level 4 Project
4 Level 1.
Level 4.
Level 4.
He tried so hard.
Cut.
Your title was I will be winning.
Yes.
So I would like to say that when he started his speech, he started with a question, and it is one of the best thing to engage the audience. You know, anyone can give the speech, but to make the audience
What is it?
to make the audience engage, it is one of the difficult part for the speaker, which he did. So it was a very good part. Well, he spoke about that what is the like big problem human being can face. So he talked about the insecurity in many contests, right? So after that, he was sharing several his personal experience that he had worked with his father and all, and he was sharing the same thing that whether it is indeed a problem or not. So all those things he said, and thereafter 2 points which I love the most throughout his speech, when he talk about 2 types of mindset. One is insecurity and the other one is growth mindset, right? So after that he gave the example to each and every point. You know, it is, I would like to say overall his speech was well structured because each and every point he was mentioning the example through which we can easily understand. So, and if I talk about other thing, his eye contact was really good because I could see that he was able to see all the audience. His hand gesture was also good. It was actually aligning with his speech, and confidence was awesome. And if I talk about the voice modulation, so today I found that he has improved about his voice modulation as well. When he spoke about similarity, the word you emphasized that word a lot, so it was a good thing. So I would like to say he has put a spin in our step. So overall his speech was great, no suggestion to be given to Toastmaster once, but only one thing I would like to say is that he spoke 2 or 3 times Hindi word during the time of his speech. मैंने कहा, like you spoke. Otherwise, there is no recommendation for you. It was a very great speech.
Okay, so very well said, Toastmaster Anuj. I think one should be very happy on knowing that he doesn't have any recommendation. Yeah, and he has so many commendations, and he is improving and becoming one of the seasoned Toastmasters. I think you have spent quite a lot of time here, 2 years. So you're improving day by day in your speeches. So now it's time to call the other evaluator, Toastmaster Ranbir, on stage for evaluating Toastmaster Harshvastra.
My biggest fear. The title that Toastmaster Harshita presented here, it was a very beautiful title and the contents were aptly represented with it. To quickly summarize the speech, she first asked the audience, have you ever heard about Substack? So such kind of questions attracts the audience attention, and that was a really great point done by Toastmaster Harshita. Is there Substack a kind of a microblogging platform? Some sort of.
Yeah.
I will check on that.
It's very good.
I will check on that shortly. And later in her speech, she goes on about how she's doing 3 internships, juggling between them, and what is the reason that she's doing, which she covers on the later part of her speech. That it's not about insecurity; it's about that she might become replaceable, and that's the reason she's trying everything in her early days of her life. She then goes on to explain the price law, where 90% of our efforts are determined by 90% of our outcomes are determined by the last 10% of our efforts. So it applies to software engineering as well. It's like 90% of our efforts go into the initial phase, and then final 10% debugging, it takes 90% of our time. So very accurate law. And later on she goes on to give an example about Spotify, how even though in a market of 11 million artists, only 10,000 dominate the market. So now I will start evaluating her on the basis of body language and vocal variety. I believe in the beginning she was covering this part of the stage and this part of the stage, but in the later part of the speech she was predominantly standing here. But this can be improved, and one suggestion over it is that maybe try covering the frontal part of the stage as well, so it would do wonders for your speech in the next time. And for the vocal variety, I think it was really good. The vocal variety was perfect, and she is a soft-spoken girl, and she gave her speech in a very polite and nice way. And what else? Yes, her hand gestures. they were at. Like whenever she was talking about some point that I don't want to be that, so she was using her hand gestures in a very great way, and nothing can be improved on that. Just one recommendation: improving the stage movement. That's one suggestion. And eye contact was also very great. So best of luck for your future ventures.
So beautifully evaluated Toastmaster Harshita's speech. Harshita is a soft-spoken girl. I try to be friends with you. Okay. So now let's welcome Toastmaster Harim on stage for evaluating.
Where is Harim?
And Toastmaster Harim. I let him. I lost gender evaluator. Indeed. Okay. So let's welcome Toastmaster Srishti on stage for evaluating Toastmaster stamina.
Toastmaster Ruchi for saying my correct name at the second attempt. Excitingly boring day. An amazing speech title, but the speech wasn't boring at all. Throughout the speech, she was able to engage the entire audience, which in my opinion is one of the hardest things to do. Because in our generation, we have an attention span of that of a goldfish. So, but since as an evaluator, I have to evaluate her on a few grounds. Commendation. I loved how rhythmic and poetic her entire speech was. She was very comfortable on the stage, her eye contact was phenomenal, she was able to maintain her eye contact with everybody in the audience, and that was amazing. Recommendation. The movement on the stage wasn't very intentional. As an evaluator, it did look very confident, but as an evaluator, I was paying attention to the key points in the speech, and it looked as if it was not very needed. Also, her entire speech, she was in this area. The stage area ranges from this side to this. And movement is necessary, yes, but that does not mean that you're supposed to pace throughout the entire stage while giving the speech. Try to make it more intentional. Yes, and she also, one more recommendation, she did not take the center of the stage. So even while she was standing right here. Alright, so I would recommend that maybe if she's standing on the center of the stage, the audience would, that would look a bit better. The speech was beautifully structured. Her speech was genuinely very hilarious. Okay, again, one of the key reasons I think it kept the entire audience very engaged. I could hear everybody giggling almost every 15 to 20 seconds, but it also had a very powerful message into it, which is very difficult to incorporate in a speech like that. I loved how she talked about Toastmasters so seamlessly. I'm biased about Toastmasters, so I loved how she seamlessly talked about Toastmasters as well. Sorry, suggestions. She needs to work on the pauses. Even though this is not the title of the project, but you need to work a little bit on the pauses. The reason is that so that whatever you're saying, it seeps into the audience. The speech was related to your personal experience, but to be very honest, it sounded sort of like a monologue. It did not have a variety of voice modulation that the project was looking for. Yes, she was audible throughout the speech, but the speech could have used a bit of voice modulation throughout. It was constant at one pitch, which can be a bit challenging. So so next time, try to make your speech sound a bit more natural. On the end note, I really liked when she said that signing up won't make you a great speaker, it's only consistently showing up which will make you better. So I think that's something that we all can apply to in our daily life, not just in Toastmasters meeting, but anywhere. That if we consistently show up, we will become better. And that is my time. All the best to her future speeches, and thank you.
I think Srishti should be given a round of applause today. I really liked her recommendation that she gave to her target speaker, because it's very easy to be... Yeah. Okay. Okay.
No.
Okay, I'll give my evaluations later at the end.
Rajveer is recording you. Yeah, okay.
So let's do the ballots first for the best evaluators. Guys, open your voting links and give your best.
Please use your democratic right.
Yeah,
See, the idea is that
I
so
got
that
it.
audience judgment
Yeah,
is not
yeah,
influenced
yeah.
by your event.
You're right.
We should wrap up, but we're 8, like it's 8:30. Wrap up.
I hope everyone has voted for the best
Yes,
evaluator.
yes.
So yeah, let's move on to the auxiliary role players and so that they present their report. First, I would like to call the timer of the day, Toastmaster Rachel.
Camera at the end.
So the timer can
Let's call
also.
Toastmaster Madhav, the grammarian of the day, to give his report.
But I can go to 3 minutes.
So I'll just keep this short. So good job, guys. There was a lot of people who used the word of the day and the idiom of the day today. So that was great. And also, I'd like to really commend all 3 prepared speeches because the use of language and the use of words and language was done really well. Just a few key mentions. So from Vansh, a couple came like he talked about incurring feelings and growth mindset. Harshita, language was really clean throughout the 7 minutes plus that you spoke. Very clean and smooth language that came. And Tanya, as Shashi mentioned, it was the poetic language was also great, but also she used a few, like I'll just mention a few. Like she talked about in the badminton, she talked about hooting of the crowd, right? It gives you that imagery of that. She also talked about buttery speeches. Now, that's not a buttery omelette, as they might want, but a buttery speech. You can, even though those words don't link, but it puts an image of a speech in your mind, that's something that flows, something that's smooth, right? So that those were really good usage of language, and apart from that, yeah, I think basically it was a good job by those speeches.
Okay, without further ado, let's call the
Art of.
our partner of the day, the person.
Let's qualify a lot of people.
The person we are all waiting for to know our flaws, and so let's call Toastmaster Rajveer on stage.
The red scary diary.
It's about to end.
It's about to end.
So many
Let's
hours
vote.
and stories.
That's not.
So I am back with my report. So first of all, a huge round of applause for Ruchi, TM Ruchi, because she is doing right.
I knew it. What is coming? I know that.
I hate you, Rajveer.
I know that. Thank you.
Your best way.
Okay, please continue.
So as I told previously that I have categorized my zones under 4 zones: green, yellow, red, and disqualification. So disqualification zone is complete, I guess.
Brutal.
So now under green.
Oh, you start.
Under green zone, TM Anuj, TM Naman, TM Ankit, TM Rachit, TM Harshita, TM Srishti, TM Meenakshi, TM Yash, guest Yash, guest Shashwat, and guest Ankaj. These are all the members and guests who come under green zone. Under yellow zone, TM Vansh, TM Tanya, and under red zone, TM Ranveer and TM Madhav. That's all.
You just left about.
Oh my god. Now I think the audience knows why I am so scared of Toastmaster Rajveer and why do I keep demonizing him. I think everyone is well aware of the fact now. So Toastmaster Rajveer, let me tell you, I'm not afraid of police, by the way. I make all the police people laugh. You don't know. I want really escape of the challans. and I just make the police people laugh and they say okay go. That's the thing. I really hate Toastmasters. We're okay. Now I have to give my evaluations, right?
No place, timer.
Okay.
Yes.
God. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Put a smile.
Please put a timer on.
Yeah, please. That's it, you come.
You're going with the theme.
Coffee has hit me hard.
Any idea about any disqualifications? Any guesses for disqualifications?
No. I don't think there was.
Well, let me put a spring in your step. There is no disqualification today. So, for our speakers, Toastmaster Vansh and Toastmaster Tanya were in the yellow zone, Toastmaster Harshita in the red zone. For table topics, everyone was in the green zone and all the evaluators were in the red zone. So, I think we all did a pretty good job on the timing today. So, yeah, a round of applause for everyone. And that's it from my report, and let's wrap this up quickly because I think everyone's in a hurry now.
Thank you.
Kind evaluator,
Very kind.
Toastmaster, Rachit.
Balanced out the brutal.
Balancing out, right?
Yeah. So yeah, definitely. Now I'll be beginning with my quiz.
Balance. Best auxiliary role player.
Let's vote for the best auxiliary role players, guys. Okay, I'm also. Okay, first. Okay, so I'm giving my evaluation finally, and please no more jokes now. Let's be serious. So the meeting started at 6:40 today. A little later, we expect the meeting to start at 6:30, and we expect the guests and people to arrive by 6:20. But unfortunately, there was a 10-minute delay, but that's okay. Then, beginning with the Sergeant at Arms, Toastmaster Meenakshi began the meeting as usually with good energetic note, and she did deliver the Toastmaster statement of Toastmasters very well. And she did introduce the president and fulfilled all her responsibilities as a Sergeant at Arms. Then we have a very experienced president, our president, Toastmaster Srishti, who is also well adept with all the roles that she has to perform as a president. And she did introduce the guests and was welcoming to them, asking about their experience on the meeting. Moving forward with the speech, the team-on Toastmaster Ankit. I think a beautiful theme chosen by him today about things that make me smile, and we all did have some nuances of some nostalgias about different experiences of when we have smiled in our day, and we discussed about them. So it was a very beautiful theme, and he did transition between the different segments of the meeting very smoothly, which didn't make us, it was very engaging and we were not bored of it, and so it was a fun meeting overall as usual. Then moving with the speech evaluators of the day today, they were Toastmaster Anuj, Ranveer and Toastmaster Srishti. So all of the role players, they are aware about what parameters the speakers have to be evaluated. They did speak about what the speakers delivered in the speech, and I think everyone is aware about their role, but the one thing that today was missing in evaluators, Toastmaster Anuj and Ranveer, was that they did follow the CRC approach, but they didn't give enough recommendations that could have helped the speakers to work upon the points on which they can improve, because here we are all here to improve ourselves and not just, maybe the speeches were great, but still as an evaluator, I think it's your job to be like to give some chances of some statements of improvement in a polite way. I think since the ballets have been done, I would really I would really give kudos to Toastmaster Srishti, who evaluated in a very well way, and she was very clear in what she wanted to deliver, and she very strongly pointed out the points where the speaker can improve. Like, it's very easy to be, sweet and give all the commendations to the speakers while whatever they said, but it takes a little courage, and it takes a little, you have to actually tell the to point the flaws of the speakers, so that